I'ma be a straight shooter. Hey, we was made in his image while we sold Judas. Talking bread like we at the Last Supper. Throwing money at these women, make it rain in the summer. I ain't advertising brands on the radio. They expensive and I know they ain't gon' pay me for it. Telling kids to go in debt for the vet that they'll probably never get. But I talk about it every song. And every song talking about they selling work on every corner. Don't talk about the laws taking kids away from mamas. Don't talk about your homie in the trauma cause he shot up. Or what about your young boy messing up the product? They don't talk about the bond money that they ain't had. And everybody snitch on everybody in the jam. They don't talk about the pain, they don't talk about the struggle. How they turned to the Lord when they ran into trouble. I'ma talk about it. I don't care if the world try to swallow me. I turn my back to them, tell them all follow me. I know you gon' label me a hater, but inside you are greater than the songs you create, mate. Here we go again in circles. I think I heard it all. We've been here before, but we need something more. Something more. Something more. What you said, I can't hear cause you ain't talking about nothing. 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 What you talking about? They be talking about the same old thing. I'ma have to call a foul in the game. What you talking about? A little money, now you all OG. Talking about it's all eyes on me. They ain't talking about nothing.
And man, the way I see it, I think we were made for more than just, the simple things that we aspire toward. We were made for more than just telling stories of, how much money we can get from selling poison to people. It's time to talk about who we are and who we can be, man. We need to build each other up, not pull each other down. I feel like we're not talking about nothing right now.
I am not your robot, I am not a clone, yeah. You and I'm a puppeteer and I am not a drone, yeah. Got a new message.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? How we doing?
How y'all doing? Hello?
I just like how when you said something, it got like real quiet.
So what?
Like that. It was just funny. It was just, no, you did great. You did fine. You're already doing way better than your sister, Alex. Way better. Can we give it up for Rachel tonight? She's on stage tonight helping me out. Yeah. What do you want to do? What do you want to start off with tonight? Want to start off with like a little game maybe or something?
Let's go for it.
Let's do it. We're going to do an icebreaker tonight. Welcome to Northside students. We're going to do a little icebreaker tonight called Worse or Worser. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to pop something up there, and we're going to make the decision, worse or worser. All right, here we go. Let's pop one up.
Which of these two things do you think is worse?
Okay.
Eating banana with ketchup or eating cucumber with Nutella?
Worse or worser? And you can either point toward the green to give your answer or toward the red to give your answer. Which is worse, eating a banana with ketchup or eating a cucumber with Nutella?
Eating bananas.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with that ketchup on that banana thing. Is that what everybody's saying? Is anybody saying Nutella? Nobody. Wait, is that one? Which vote are you going towards? So you're the one going different. Okay, very good. Worse or worser? Ketchup. All right. Worse or worser? Taking a test or writing a paper. What's worse? Without a doubt, I'm pointing this way. Without a doubt. I'll test all day. I hate writing papers. Who likes writing? Like, who's like the writer in here? Yeah. I don't want to say anything negative about you. No. I'm not a writer. I don't like it. But I'm a test taker. I like tests. You like taking tests?
It's better than writing a paper.
Better than writing a paper. All right. Next.
Next one is eating raw fish or drinking spoiled milk.
Oh, that's an easy one.
Out of experience, I'm going to say this one's worse.
Yeah, I like sushi and sashimi. I ain't got no problem with that. Serena's just doing a thumbs down. You don't like either one? Who in here does not like sushi? Who doesn't like sushi?
I like sushi.
What?
Don't do raw fish.
Make a smoothie of both of them? Ugh. This sushi spoiled milk shake.
I'd rather drink spoiled milk.
You'd rather, oh yeah, I'd rather eat fish, raw fish. Oh yeah, it's good. Absolutely. Next. sitting on an unknown liquid, like in your chair or something, okay, or sitting on gum. Yeah, liquid, I don't know. What could it be? Water? Someone just in the audience said it could be pee, okay.
That's disgusting.
Someone immediate went there. I'm gonna have to admit, this is a tough one. I think I would rather sit on gum,
Same.
so that's worse. Sitting on unknown liquid has got to be worse.
Wait, which way are we pointing? I'm confused.
What?
I'm confused.
You don't know how to point?
I know how to point. I just don't know which.
Which is worse? Which is worse?
That one?
There you go. You've already done it.
Point that-
You
oh.
succeed.
Wow.
Give it up for Rachel.
Yay.
She's like, yay. All right, next.
Which is worse? Having 3 inches. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Having 3-inch long fingernails or no fingernails
Well,
at all.
I currently live with one of these, so
I'm gonna
that
say
would be worser.
That's worse.
Man, have you ever seen someone try to type and stuff with them nails?
I haven't
Can you
noticed
imagine
that
3
this
inches?
way.
That's worse on this. I don't have nails now. I live fine. What are you talking about? I got teeth. I open with my teeth. Yeah.
No fingernails is worse.
No fingernails is worse?
Like, well, yeah.
Check mine.
Ooh. I can't with that.
She's like,
Nope.
yeah. Oh my God. Oh, that's so gross. Next. Having an elephant sit on your foot or a car drive over your foot.
First
So
off,
one
why
is one time and it's on there, and the other one is a ta-doom, ta-doom.
First off, where are you going to get an elephant to sit on your foot?
The circus. Obviously, the circus.
Africa would work.
They sit on
Say that's
command.
worse, though.
Which is worse?
Elephant.
I don't know. I don't. Because the elephant's butt would at least, be all around, but the car is all in one place. All right, elephant's worse. I'll go elephant.
Elephant's worse.
Because maybe he pooped.
Yeah. That's just
I'm going to go with that one.
nasty.
All right, next.
Which is worse, having pineapples for feet or having pineapples for hands?
Ooh, this is good. I feel like if I had pineapples for feet, as soon as I start running, I'm gonna they're gonna break, and then I have no
Yeah.
feet.
And then you just kind of be sitting there.
Sit around, but I could eat pineapple when I'm done. This is terrible. I'm gonna say feet. No,
Yeah.
hands are worse.
Yeah, hands are worse.
I think I'd rather have the feet, pineapple feet.
Yeah,
Can you have stinky pineapple feet?
I would hope not. That
And
would
make a
just be rotten
pedicure a lot more
pineapple.
difficult.
That would just be a rotten pineapple.
I don't know. Must be. Next. Worse or worser. Only watch, oh my God, Dora the Explorer ever again, or only watch Bob the Builder ever again. I can tell you, I know the answer to this right now. That Dora has got to go. I'm telling you right now. And it's not even Dora's fault. Do you know who I hate in Dora the Explorer? Hi guys, I'm the map. Oh my
no,
God,
please,
can that thing
no.
sound any more whiny? Oh. First, you have to go over the bridge. Oh my God, someone shoot me. I hate that map. Oh my God, that's worse. Who's with me? The map is horrible. Thank you.
Yeah,
What should Dora do? Oh God, it's in there. God. Hate that map. I'll take
All right.
backpack. I can't stand map. All right, worse or worser, what you got?
Not taking a shower for a week
Okay.
or not brushing your teeth for a week.
Okay, I've done both of these. So
That's nasty.
I'm a man. That was the answer someone gave from the crowd. I lived overseas. Sometimes you didn't have running water. It's one thing to have stinky breath. It's another thing to have a whole stanky body. I'm going to go shower is worse.
Yeah, showers are worse.
I can just stay away from people and not talk. Just kind of cover that up a little bit. Yeah, I like showers too. A hot shower feel good. All right, next. Ooh. Worser, throwing up or the dreaded diarrhea. That's easy? Ooh, this is tough. If you grew up when I grew up, we had some songs about diarrhea. I'm just saying.
Oh, no.
When you're sliding in the first and you feel something burst. I'm just saying. When you're climbing up a ladder and you hear something splatter. Okay, let's, throwing up or diarrhea, what's worse?
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea is worse? You'd rather throw up?
I would so much rather throw
I
up.
think I would, this is tough because when you throw up, you feel better. Yes, you do. After you throw up, you feel great. Not always. There might be more. Oh, this is tough. I would say diarrhea is worse.
I was about to say, if you point over there.
You throw up is worse for you?
No.
Diarrhea?
Like this.
Yeah, I'm going like this. This is worse. All right, is there another one next? That was it. Okay. Well, that was a great game of worser, where we could say the word diarrhea in church on stage. And I got to sing an old song I never thought I'd ever sing again.
Yes.
When you're laying in the bed and you feel something spread. I'm just saying, these were songs we used to have in the 90s. Go home and sing one. Your parents are going to join you. I promise you. It's amazing.
Do not do that.
I need to teach my kids these songs.
Please don't.
All right. Why don't you go grab some of our stuff? Do we have any first-time guests tonight or someone that's not been in a super-duper long amount of time? Anybody here tonight? First time? We have a little gift. We'd like to give you something. Is that cool? Right here? Are you right here? Yeah. She's pointing at you. Come on up. We're not going to embarrass you. We're not going to embarrass you. We just want to give you a gift. Is that cool? Can we give you a gift? You don't even want a gift? Can I throw it at you? Okay. Would you like Reese Cups, Baby Ruth, or Twix?
Or Kit Kats.
Or
We have
Kit Kats.
too. They're just over here.
Which would you prefer?
There's other stuff in the bucket.
What
too.
would you like? Reese Cups?
She said
Baby Ruth? Okay. For me to throw this at you as hard as I can, I need to know some things. Number one, what's your name?
Come on, Elise. What's her name?
Camila. Is that right, Camila? And what grade are you in, Camila? 7th grade. And what school do you go to? Trask Middle School? Congratulations, everybody. Give a little round of applause for Camila tonight. Here you go, Camila. There you go. I felt like old school Camp Lagos a little bit. Yeah, we used to do the mail call. Anybody else?
Anybody else?
Ain't been in a long time? First time guests? No one? I see a bunch of people who just want candy raising their hands. Okay, no. Are you first time guests? Or you haven't been in a long time? No, I didn't think so. We talked about honey buns out there. I remember that conversation. All right, anybody else? Excellent. Well, I have one quick announcement for you before we go to our game that does end in prizes tonight. We have some prizes to give away.
have prizes.
All right. I have an announcement. So we are partnering up with Murrayville Elementary School, and they are needing help with tutors. So what we need is it has to be 16 years or older, okay? So only those who are 16 years and older can volunteer, but it would either be on Tuesdays or Saturdays, and it doesn't even have to be every Tuesday or every Saturday. It's whenever you can. So basically, we have a lot of kids. You got to know with the COVID, you've got, especially in our community with ESL, these are kids who usually they speak English, but their parents don't. So they are trying to have to do school online by themselves because their parents can't understand to even help out. So they are looking for some volunteers. So if you're 16 years or older and you can help out with some elementary kids, help learning, help tutoring them, trust me, any help you can give would be an amazing thing. If you have any questions or you're interested in this, see Mr. Phillip. He's right over there. It's the old guy. It's hard to see. He's wearing a black sweater. It's hard to see him. Turn around. There you go, bald spot. Right there, that guy, right there. You can see that in the dark. Very good. Excellent, in a dark place. All right, we got a game tonight. Would y'all like to play a game? It involves prizes. So everybody stand up, please. Everybody stand up. We are going to play the game that we affectionately call Face, Booty, Awesome. This goes right in line with diarrhea earlier, booty. This goes right in line. Right? And if you were throwing up, that's face. And when you're done, it's awesome. Okay, so face, booty, awesome. This is what we're going to do. We're going to play a clip. And they will either land on their face, land on their booty, or they're going to land it, and it's going to be awesome, okay? So you have to make a guess. So you're going to hold up one for face. Practice with me. 1. If you think the answer is face, if you think the answer is going to be booty, 2. And if you think the answer is going to be awesome, you hold up a 3. Everybody got it? All right, what's booty? What's face? What's awesome? Nice. All right, here we go. Let's start off with the clip. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I like where this is going. Oh. So what's going to happen is he going to hit himself in the face, land on his booty somehow, or hit his, I guess he could hit his butt with a nunchuck. That'd be called the butt nunchuck, the nunchuck butt. Or is he going to do something really awesome? Make your guess now. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. The obvious seems like face, right? It seems like, I'm going to go 3, awesome. I just feel like, so if you get it right, you stay standing. If you get it wrong, you sit down. Here we go. Let's see the answer. Face, booty, awesome. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, face. If you're holding up a 1, you stay standing. There you go. Nice. If you had a 1, you stay standing. You were correct. All right, only if you were wrong. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, okay. Oh, I like where this is going. I like this a lot. Is he going to land on his face, hurt his butt, or is he going to dunk that soccer ball? It looks like a soccer ball.
I'm saying awesome just because
It's awesome that the elephant's there already.
Awesome.
All right, what do you think's going to happen? Oh, look, he's leaning really forward. It's making me nervous. You know what I mean? It's... All right, put up your answer. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Face, booty, awesome. I see a lot of 3s. Everybody's feeling good about it. Let's see the end of that clip. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Awesome. If you're holding up a 3, you stay standing. All right. Okay, that's pretty. Wow. That's impressive. That's pretty impressive. I mean, that's great. All right, let's go to the next one. Ooh, she already nutmegged her. Wow. Look at this, right through the legs. Boop! That's called a nutmeg, people. Yeah, it is. Put it right between them legs. 1, 2, or 3. Face, booty, or awesome?
2.
I don't know why that girl's giving the ball up. She's pretty awesome. All right, face, booty, awesome. 1, 2, or 3. I see a lot of, some 2s. Put up your answer. Let's see the answer. Here we go. Answer is... Dum-dum. Dum-dum. Oh, face. Did not see that one coming.
That looked
okay, we had how many we got left? We got 5 left. 5. Okay, we're working it down. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Wow, here we go. Ooh, I feel like, look at that. That's incredible. That's already awesome. So what else could happen? 1, 2, or 3, face, booty, or awesome. I see 3, 3, 1, 3, 3. Okay, so if it's a 1, you're already going to win this thing. All right, here we go. Let's see what the answer is. Face, booty, or awesome? Oh, awesome. Who's holding up the 3? Okay, there's 4 left. All right, here we go. We got another one. That's incredible. Is he on a scooter? And a front flip. That's impressive. Ooh. 1, 2, or 3. Face, booty, awesome. They're all holding up 2s. Okay, they're all holding up 2s. They all feel like he's going to land on his butt. All right, here we go. Answer is... My man double front flipped. Wow, no one got it awesome. Okay, we got one more, correct? One more. I think we have one more. Let's get out our last. Oh, this looks like, okay, playing some racquetball. Playing, 1, 2, or 3. Something unexpected could happen. They're all going face again. You're all going 1s. Okay, we have a 2. We have a butt now. I have another. Okay, I got 2 faces and 2 booties. Nice. Here we go. Let's see what happens. I hope it's hilarious. Come on. Come on. Oh, right on the face.
That
Who we
looked
got?
like it
Who
hurt.
won? We got our contestants. They have won. Give it up for Jordan and who's over there? I can't see without the lights. Is it Yasmin? Leslie. Oh, what's up, girl? I couldn't see in the dark. All right, why don't y'all come forward? We got some gifts we would like to give for you. Give it up for our two winners tonight. They won Face Booty Awesome. Congratulations. You get yourself an official Northside student water bottle. There it is. There it is. Jordan, get you a water bottle. There it is. Got him?
This one or that one?
There you go. Congratulations, Jordan. All right. Hey, Rachel, thanks again. Everybody give it up for Rachel, who we call the better cutter, because you're better than your sister. Well, you don't have to say it. We'll say it for you. All right, we're going to get off the stage. Let's bring up Mr. Phillip, because we're going to have a little quick video to watch.
All right, so obviously we are still in our extended series, Back to Basics. But before we get into what we're going to talk about tonight, I have heard from some of y'all small group leaders some really, really good questions that y'all have been asking. Okay, some questions like, hey, what happens when we die? Do my pets get to go to heaven? Do we become angels? Lots of questions like that I've been hearing from your small group leaders, and questions that I think you deserve a really good answer to. And I think the Bible has answers to your questions. See, for a long time in church, a lot of people kind of feel like, we can't really ask those kind of questions. Or you know, if we do that, then that says we don't trust God if we ask too many questions. Well, I don't think that's true. I think God is more than happy to answer your questions. I think he has answers to all of your questions, and I'd like to help you guys out with that. So when we finish up this series, I want to take, whether it's a week, a month, however long it takes, some time to address the things that y'all want to know about from the stage. So any questions that you guys have, whether it's tonight or in the coming weeks, make sure that you give them to your small group leaders, okay? And for the small group leaders, I mentioned this at the meeting earlier, but for those who were not there, do not tell me verbally. I will forget. Make sure that you're texting, writing them down, or emailing me those as we go, so that we can put something together to make sure that all of y'all's questions get answered. Cool? So we're in our series Back to Basics, where we've looked back through some of the more traditional stories in the Bible. We've talked about some pretty well-known names like King David and Noah and Daniel. Last week I told you about a lady named Rahab that a lot of people hadn't heard of. This week I want to talk to you guys about an unlikely hero named Gideon. Who in here has ever heard of Gideon? So a few of us have. All right, anybody bring their Bible with them tonight? Hold it up if you brought a Bible with you. Awesome. Your hand is not, in fact, a Bible. Okay. All right. So if you've got your Bible, we're going to be looking at Judges chapter 6. Judges is the 7th book of the Bible, so it's going to be towards the front. Chapter 6. And as you turn there, I want to tell you a little bit about Gideon. So Gideon is a farmer, and at the time that Gideon lived, it was a period of time when most of his family, his friends, his countrymen had kind of just abandoned God. They completely turned their back on God, and they were just kind of doing their own thing. We kind of see that story over and over throughout the Old Testament, if you guys have read it. Israel's really close to God. They're doing things right. They get distracted. They start chasing after some other things. It never goes well for them. They always end up in a mess. And then they cry out and say, God, help us. And he comes in, and it's just a cycle that goes over and over and over throughout the Old Testament. And probably a cycle that a few of us in here could say we've been in our own lives as well. And so Israel is in one of those downturns of this cycle right now. They've just kind of given up on God and they're doing their own thing. And because of that, God says, okay, well, then I'm just going to remove my protection. If you don't want me here, cool. And so this group called the Midianites come in and they start to terrorize the Israelites. They start to take everything from them and take over. And so it kind of went like this for Gideon. He was a farmer. He would plant his crops. He'd go work his farm. He'd harvest his farm. All that time, he got left alone. As soon as he would harvest his crops, these Midianites would come in, take everything. Gideon's left with nothing. His family's hungry. And then what'd he do? He planted the next one. And it was this cycle over and over and over for Gideon. So we're going to start in verse 11 of Judges chapter 6. And it says, the angel of the Lord came and sat down under the oak in Ophrah that belonged to Joash the Abiezrite, where his son Gideon was threshing wheat in a winepress to keep it from the Midianites. Now that phrase, threshing wheat in a winepress, probably does nothing for you. Does anybody get a really good visual image when they think threshing wheat in a winepress? Okay, well good. I'm going to explain to you what threshing wheat means. So, does everybody kind of know what wheat looks like when it's kind of growing up? Looks like some really tall grass kind of branched out on the top. So there's two parts to that wheat. There's a part that's good that you actually use, and then there's something called the chaff that is no good that you just need to get rid of. So they literally have to separate this. Now, normally, you would do that kind of on a flat surface called a threshing floor, and you would kind of do it out in the open because the chaff was actually really light, and a breeze or the wind would just come kind of blow the bad part away, made your life a whole lot easier. But Gideon decided he was going to do this in a wine press. Go ahead and throw that picture up there, Lana. So this is a wine press back in Gideon's day. It's basically a hole in the ground. As you can imagine, the wind is not helping Gideon very much in that hole, but Gideon's hidden. So as he's down there, it says, the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon. He said, the Lord is with you, mighty warrior. That doesn't make a lot of sense because Gideon doesn't really seem like very much of a mighty warrior. He's kind of just a farmer in a hole. And then the Lord turned to him and said, go in the strength you have and you save Israel out of Midian's hand. I'm sending you. So we've got this guy hiding in a hole, and an angel comes and says, hey, mighty warrior, you're going to be the guy who saves Israel. Go in the strength you have. Here's the problem. Gideon doesn't have any strength. Gideon's a chicken. He's hiding in a hole in the ground, making his job 10 times harder so nobody sees him. It doesn't make any sense. And Gideon thought the exact same thing. So he starts telling God, you got the wrong fella. He says, look, of all people, man, look, my clan, like people kind of make fun of us. We're already the weakest clan. And then on top of that, I'm like the weakest person in my whole family. So of all the people that you could call out of all of Israel, literally, I'm like the bottom person that you could pick. You've got the wrong guy. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt that way? Have you ever been at summer camp? Have you ever been at D-Now or even on a Wednesday night from the platform or from your small group and you hear something and you think, that's awesome. Man, God is really awesome, but he's talking to them. He ain't talking to me. Because, see, we think God would never use me because we know all of our flaws, right? So if you've ever felt that way, you're not alone. Gideon felt exactly like that. As a matter of fact, most of the people that we talk about today in the Bible felt that way. Moses thought, it makes no sense, God, that you're going to send me to Egypt to save the Israelites. His exact words, who am I to go in front of Pharaoh? The prophet Jeremiah, when he was called, he literally told God, I don't even know how to talk and I'm a kid. But see, God had plans. And God's plans didn't revolve around how talented they were and how strong they were and how old they were, how well they could speak. And see, God's got a plan for your life. He's got a plan for your family, for your school, for your city, for your state. And here's the really cool thing about that. His plan includes you. Even the one of you who, when I said that, thought, no, not me. His plan includes you. And like I said, we all think, no, God won't use me because I know all of my flaws. I know all of my weaknesses. I know that when things come at me and things get tough, I'm the one who hides in the hole. I know the things I think about. I know the habits I have that nobody else in this room has any clue about. So why in the world would God use me? And his answer to you is the exact same that he gave to Gideon in verse 16. His answer is, I'm not asking you to do it. I'm going with you. And we're going to do it together. All I'm asking you is just to come with me. And so we've got Gideon, he goes through this series of things where he tells God, hey, look, if this is really you, then do this for me. And God does it. And he's like, well, but just in case, then if this is really you, do this. And then God does that. So he goes through this series of things, and God is extremely patient with him. And finally, he just says, you know what, okay. All right, man, I'll go. And so he goes, and he goes in front of all of his countrymen. He said, anybody who's willing to fight, come meet me out here. And 32,000 men show up. And he's looking around probably thinking, okay, we might can do this with 32,000 men. And then God says, man, I think you got too many. And he's thinking, I don't think that is possible. Too many, like we're already outnumbered 4-1, and you're telling me I have too many. And God says, yeah, why don't you go ask them if they're scared? Anybody who's scared, just tell them to go home. Like, we don't need them if they're scared. So Gideon's probably thinking, well, I'm scared. Can I go home? But he goes out and asks them, and 22,000 dudes leave. So he starts out with 32,000. Now he's down to 10. And by now, I'm sure he's thinking, God, can you just not talk for a minute because I don't need any less than this. And then God says, no, man, there's just a few too many. So go tell them to drink. And when they go drink, watch the way they drink. And some of them are going to get down on all fours and stick their head down to the water like a dog. And then some of them are going to kind of crouch down and scoop up water in their hands and drink it out of their hands. I want the ones who drink politely. There was only 300 that drank like gentlemen, apparently. All the other ones went home. So think about that. Gideon started with an army roughly the size of half of all the adults in the Wilmington area. He ended up with less people than it would take to fill up this space right here in this room. And God says, yeah, that's the right number. And that's where we're going to pick up in chapter 7. It says, that night the Lord said, get up, go down into the Midianite camp, for I've given you victory over them. But if you're afraid to attack, go down to the camp with your servant Purah. Listen to what the Midianites are saying. You're going to be greatly encouraged. Then you'll be eager to attack. So Gideon took Purah and went down to the edge of the enemy camp. So God tells this guy, who he found hiding in a hole, and is now scared to go down there. He says, you know how you're scared? Well, now I want you to go all the way down there by yourself. You and your one buddy. And I want you to get so close that you can hear the things they're saying in their tent. And Gideon's probably thinking, well, we're all going to die tomorrow anyway, so I might as well just go ahead and get it over with. So he goes down there with his guy, Purah, and it says, the armies of Midian, Amalek, and the people of the east had settled in the valley like a swarm of locusts. Their camels were like grains of sand on the seashore, too many to count. Remember, Gideon's only got 300 guys. Gideon crept up just as a man was telling his companion about a dream. The man said, I had this dream, and in my dream, a loaf of barley bread came tumbling down into the Midianite camp. It hit a tent and turned it over and knocked it flat. His companion answered, well, your dream can only mean one thing. God has given Gideon, son of Joash, the Israelite, victory over Midian and his allies. Let's talk about that dream. So the dude dreamed about a Hawaiian roll coming down a hill and flattening a tent. And his friend said, well, the only logical explanation to you dreaming about bread means that this guy's going to whoop our butt tonight. He's lucky I'm not his friend, because I'd have just told him he was hungry. So Gideon hears this, and God uses this dream to encourage Gideon that, okay, hey, we're good. And so it goes on to say, dividing the 300 men into 3 companies, he placed trumpets and empty jars in the hands of all them with torches inside. Watch me, he told them, follow my lead. When I get to the edge of the camp, do exactly as I do. When I and all who are with me blow our trumpets, then from all around the camp, blow yours and shout for the Lord and for Gideon. So instead of going into the valley to fight, Gideon's got a new plan. He's going with the Bath and Body Works approach. He's going to fight with jars and candles. Can you imagine the look on his people's face when he said, guys, we're ready to fight. Get your jars and get your candles. All 300 of them. See, this was illogical. This was a natural made zero sense. The whole thing. But Gideon learned by now he didn't have to understand to be obedient. See, some of us in this room, we have missed out for way too long because we've sat back and we've refused to give God control of our lives. We try to analyze everything. We try to analyze every move God makes, try to look at it from beginning to end and try to somehow make him fit into the little that we know about our life. But we've got to stop trying to make sense of God and human understanding because it's just not going to work. And so these 300 men with pots and candles and musical instruments, apparently God loves the marching band. This is 2 weeks in a row where they have saved the day in battle. They go stand around the edge of this valley, and when Gideon gives them the sign, they start blowing their trumpets and busting their pots open and holding their torches up. And what do you think happens? What do you think, Riley? Yeah, the soldiers come out of their tents and see what's happening. There's so many of them down there. It's the middle of the night. You're waking them up. They get up, they freak out. They don't even know who the enemy is, and they just start killing each other. And so Israel wins without ever even having to raise a sword in the valley. They start killing each other. The ones who don't get scared, and they start running away because they don't know what's going on up there. And Israel win. It worked. In spite of it going against all human logic, God's plan worked. And there's a lot of lessons that we can learn from Gideon. There's a lot more to this story that I didn't share with you. And I'd love for you guys to take some time this week to read Judges 6 and 7 because there's a lot more really good stuff that we just don't have time to get into. But there's one really important thing that I want you to get from this story. As we look back through the whole thing from the very beginning, God asked Gideon to do a lot of things that didn't make any sense. He asked a scared farmer to lead an army. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Then he told him, you've got too many men to fight. I'd rather you just have 300. That doesn't make any sense. He used a dream about a runaway hamburger bun to give Gideon the courage to fight. That doesn't make a lot of sense. And then he told him to use candles and trumpets to win a battle against an enemy that far outnumbered them. That made absolutely no sense. But that's because, like Isaiah tells us, that God's ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. See, when we see things, we see everything in the moment. We see right now. We see, how does this affect me today or this week? But God sees all of eternity all at one time. We see sickness. God sees the healing that's coming, even if it doesn't look the way we think it should. When we see broken, he sees blessed. When we feel hopeless, he sees the hope that only he can give us. So when we look at God and we say, God, this makes no sense, his answer is, look, I got this. I'm not asking you to make sense out of it. I'm not even asking you to do it. I'm just asking you to say yes. Because I can see what you can't. You don't have to understand it right now. Just follow me and watch me work. Let me pray for you. Father, we love you. We're so grateful just for the stories that you give us. And sometimes we take for granted that these are just kind of fictional stories that we read out of a book, but these are real life events. These are real people. These are real moments in history where you intervened and showed us just who you are. And this isn't a one-time isolated incident. These are things that you continue to do for us every day. And God, it's so easy to get overwhelmed with everything around us and with the limited things that we understand and think, God, none of this makes any sense. And so we just want to walk away from it. But God, I just pray that you give us the courage to say, God, it doesn't matter. Because if you're in charge, I'm going. God, I ask that you bless our small group time and that you bring everybody safe back next week. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, you're free to go to your small group. If you don't know where to go, come see me and I will tell you.